Oh my God, hello. This is the first time I've ever been live on YouTube. Normally I just upload my podcast here, but I don't show up here live. So hi, I'm Claire, and I wanted to hop on today to talk about 10xing your life and your business, making those crazy ass moves that most people won't make so that you can live a life that you know you're meant for. Because if you follow me on any of my platforms, you're not here for average. You're not here for ordinary. You're not here to be one of the many. You're here to be one of the few. You are here to live a life that most will never even imagine, let alone take that action that they need to take to make it happen. So I want to talk about very quickly today the 10x kind of big ass moves that you need to make to push that needle, to quantum leap you into that next level of your life and your business, no matter where you are now, whether you are just starting out, whether you're already making six figures, whether you're on your way to multi-six, whether you want to hit the sevens, no matter where you are, if you want more, if you yearn for more, if you know that you're here to be the leading role and not just the backup and not just the backing dancer and not just the kind of second in command, you know that that stage is meant for you, that you are the one who should be in the spotlight, then 10x moves are what are going to take you there. So what does a 10x move mean? It means doing something now that seems absolutely freaking crazy. Delusional moves, something that is so big you cannot even consciously comprehend how it is going to work out, how it is going to happen. How is that even possible? And when we push ourselves that far, our brain goes into a different way of thinking, and it actually opens up a new kind of perception that we didn't have before. We start to see from a different lens. We start to see outside of the box. And this is why it is so freaking powerful, because it will push you to the edge and it will shove you the hell off, right? It will push you and then it will give you a shove to make sure that you go over that, because 10x moves aren't for talking about, they're for doing. And so I just want to share with you some of the 10x moves that I've done in my life and my business. And this doesn't have to be just in your business. This can be in your life as well, because when you're living your purpose, it's all one and the same. It's all part of feeding each other, right? A life that feeds your business and a business that fills your life, because you just love every part of it, every part of what you do, whether it's living, whether it's serving, whether it's exploring, all of it just comes under the same umbrella of, fuck, this is my life. This is freaking amazing. So some of the 10x moves that I've done in my life have been leaving my job 10 years ago without really knowing how I was going to make being a business owner work. At the time, I was in an abusive relationship. I had my daughter, I think she was about 7 at the time. So I was already struggling in my personal life, but yet I knew that I was meant to be an entrepreneur. I knew that I was meant for so much more. And I took the leap regardless. I said, you know what? I've just got to do it. I've just got to make this happen. I had the idea. I ran with it. I freaking ran. I had no plan. I had no business strategy. I have never had a business plan in my entire life. Over the last 10 years of being a successful entrepreneur, building multiple six-figure businesses in multiple sectors, never once have I had a business plan. Not once. And I've done pretty well. You don't need a business plan. You need grit. You need courage. You need determination. You need to think so freaking delusional that it has to happen. That it has to happen. It is inevitable. It's not even a question of if, it's a question of when. And every single day, you make the moves, you take the action that move that needle closer and closer and closer, until suddenly you wake up and you think, this is my life. This is my freaking life. What do I get to do today? So that was my first 10x move. I had no freaking idea how I was going to make it work, how I was going to be successful, how I was going to make enough money to even look after my daughter. My ex was a compulsive gambler, so I couldn't rely on him to support us. I was the breadwinner. Now, some people might say, well, that is irresponsible. But what is more irresponsible, spending your life living for someone else or going after your dreams because you know that you're meant for more? Because you know that you have a bigger purpose to fill. You know that you are here to be exponential. I would definitely all day long rather that. So first 10x move. Second 10x move was leaving that abusive relationship. That was freaking scary. That was scary on so many levels, because at that time we had moved to London. I'm from Devon originally, so I didn't have any friends. I didn't have any family around me. I was completely isolated. I didn't know anyone other than my best friend. I didn't have any kind of support network. My first business was successful. Yes, I had money coming in. So that kind of made it even scarier, because, okay, what happens if that all crashes and burns when I kind of upheave my whole life? Because sometimes when you're starting out, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So you have that hunger. But once you've already established a level of success and security, it can actually be scarier to push that edge even further, because now you've got something to lose. I had my life threatened 3 times during that relationship. But I knew that if I wanted to live the life that I wanted to live, if I wanted my daughters to live their dreams and have healthy relationships and have love and compassion for themselves as well as other women, I had to lead first. I had to go first. I had to show them what was possible, that you are not a victim to your circumstances, that at any moment you can choose change. And yes, change is scary. Yes, change is the unknown, and we want to stay where we are, no matter how uncomfortable that is. But on the other side of that fear, on the other side of that change, is where the transformation happens. That is where the life that you want is waiting for you. So that was my second 10x move. And then my third 10x move, these are just ones that I can think about off the top of my head, right, is literally happened yesterday. Literally happened yesterday. And well, actually, no, I'm going to give you 2 more. I'm going to give you 2 more. So third 10x move, lose count, third 10x move was this year, beginning of this year, I invested in a high-level mastermind that I could not afford at the time. I couldn't understand how I would make that happen, despite having then 2 successful 6-figure businesses. In my mind, I was still in scarcity mindset. I'd already invested tens of thousands of pounds in coaching and mentorship before. And that was scary to say, okay, I'm just going in. But I did it. And in that move, I quantum leaped. I went into a whole new paradigm that I hadn't been in before. Something shifted in my DNA. Something cellularly changed within me in that moment. And then the next 10x was about a week ago, about 3, 4, 5 days, I don't know, I lose track of time. In the last week, I have bought tickets to 2 conferences, 1 conference, 1 retreat over the other side of the world, over in the States, 1 in Florida, 1 in Madison, to both my mentors' events that they're having, without any freaking idea how I'm actually going to get there. I have no idea how I'm going to sort out childcare, because I have a 7-year-old daughter. I don't know how I'm going to make this happen, but I know that travel is a massive part of my future. I know that getting in those rooms is going to stretch me to a whole new level. I know that in the moment that I said yes to those things, I have set things in motion that will make me become someone else by the time those dates come. I will be on a completely different trajectory because I said yes rather than saying no, because I said yes, I'll figure it out later, but I am there. I am making it happen because the future version of me has that shit figured out. She knows how to sort out her childcare when she goes away for a week. And so I need to make the moves that she makes right now. That is how you merge the timelines. That is how you become the next chapter. That is how you become the next version of you, by taking the moves now that seem completely irrational, completely irresponsible even. But you know in your heart that that is where the exponential growth is. That is a 10x move right the fuck there. Because no one else can look at you and say, well, that's a sensible decision. It's not sensible. That's the whole freaking point. No one in the 1% does anything sensible. They do the crazy. They do the outstanding. They do the completely irrational. They do the rebellious. They do the disruptive. Sensible is not in their vocabulary. And if you want to be one of them, you need to take it out of your vocab too. And then I want to talk to you about yesterday. So yesterday, I had a fucking dark night of the soul. I was in a void that was so deep and so dark, and I didn't know how long I would stay in that. I shed layers, I shed tears, I shed identities, I shed limiting beliefs that were keeping me small. And I went deep. I went deep to find out what was going on, because I knew that I was being pulled for something bigger. I knew that there was something more that was calling me. And I knew what it was, but I was too scared to take the action. And I've been too scared to take the action. Over the last few months, it's been bubbling away. And I fell into that trap of not yet, not yet, not yet. I'm not ready yet. I need more UK audience first. I need more higher level clients in my orbit first. I'm not quite there yet. And then I came out of that void. I lent into my mentors. I did the inner work, and I came out the other side reborn. This was a metamorphosis in super speed. It was freaking crazy. And I woke up this morning and I did this embodiment dance, and I merged the timelines, and I became one with a future version of myself. And now my trajectory has changed again, because I have now had these crazy ass ideas that make no logical sense as to how I'm going to make them happen. They're in-person events in London, in the US. No freaking idea how I'm going to make it happen, but it's happening. Decision has been made. And when you make the decision, you start to take action differently. It is planted in your subconscious mind. This is happening. I am going to move differently now. I'm going to show up differently now. I'm going to start talking to different kinds of people. I'm going to get in bigger rooms. I am stretching myself, because this is the 10x moves that take you to where you want to be. So I would love you to ask yourself, where in your life are you still playing small? Where are you still clinging on to that? Not yet. I'm not ready yet. The time's not right now. I'm doing too many other things. I'm too busy. I haven't got enough money. The kids are still at school. Any excuse. Because ultimately that is what it is. It is an excuse, and it is your fear talking, because you don't truly believe that you will see it through and that your success will be on the other side. Because if you did, you would have done it by now. But fear blocks us, and it stops us, and it paralyzes us. And when we push through that fear and we do it anyway, and we say, I don't care about the result. I care about the action. I care about the path. I care about the journey. I care about who I am becoming by taking these moves. Because that will lead you somewhere that you were not going before. And so the choice is yours. You either act now and you start making it happen now, and you start becoming that person who has that determination and that grit and that courage now, or you keep waiting, and you keep waiting, and you keep waiting, and you keep freaking waiting until you're one day on your deathbed looking back saying, why the fuck did I wait so long? We get one life, one time round in this body, in who you are now. We have to make the most of that. We have to take the horns, take the bull by the horns, take the ball by the horns every single day. Because that is what will create the reality that you desire. That is how you achieve exponential growth, exponential results. That is how you achieve extraordinary. That is how you achieve 10x to what you already have. So let's freaking go. My world is changing at lightning speed. My prices have gone up. I'm not doing many one-to-ones now. I am moving into in-person experiences. I am moving into immersions, into brand embodiments, into VIP experiences. this is the trajectory that I'm on. I'm creating an event in London where you get to quantum leap into your next level. You get to walk your own freaking runway as your future self, as your next level identity. I don't care where the fuck you are now, whether you're a 10K months, 100K months, 7K months. Doesn't matter where you are now. You have another level. A photo shoot is not going to get you there. More clients is not going to get you there. You need to quantum leap into that person. You need to start showing up as that person right now. And this is what I'm going to be creating, an immersive experience for you to do that, for you to embody your next level brand identity so that you become the one that everyone talks about, so that you're not here to be the best in your industry. You're your own fucking industry. That is what we're talking about in the 10x moves. That is what we're talking about in exponential growth. So if you're ready for that kind of stretch, if you're ready for that kind of leap, if you're ready for that kind of trajectory for your future, then drop me a message and let's make it fucking happen. Don't put it off. Let's do it. And I'll see you all next time I go live.